Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Travel with the Stars. And we are live on a Wednesday. Hey, friends.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, so we have agents Jamie, Emily, and David, the Magic on a Dollar, right here today talking about. I couldn't get my virtual background picture. I couldn't find it. So David is representing Pop. We all have resorts that we love to represent. Mine is not Pop.
No,
So
no.
it's not. But we are going to.
Could you not pull up an All-Star Sports picture as your background?
No, I don't know what that is.
Look under that folder under things that don't exist for Jen.
There's like the things that exist, like Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti.
Yes.
There's things that don't exist. But we are going to talk today about Disney resorts. And you might be like, but you've probably talked about Disney resorts before, right? But there's so much to say about them. And specifically, we're talking about relaxing. Because when you think about Disney, what is some of the first things that you hear, right? Or think about? What do people complain about?
It's so busy.
Yes.
Yeah. Busy.
It's so hot.
I'm going to be so tired. Like, but you know what? You don't have to be. I mean, in the middle of a trip, a lot of us will say, take a day off. Don't go to the parks one day. Or maybe just, if it's a special event, go in the evening. Or midway through the day, go back. When it's hot, when it's 110 degrees.
Well, what I hear a lot is, well, I don't know care about the resort much because all I do is lay there, I like sleep and shower and get out to the parks. And that's what I hear a lot, which discounts what there is to do at the resorts.
That makes me internally scream.
And the thing is, there are so many things that do get overlooked at Disney resorts. And one of the things we did at the if you followed along on our race weekend, is we did go to tour some of the resorts, and the teams did go to see what there is to see. So we will talk about some of the things, the hidden gems, so to speak, that you might not know about at some of the different resorts. So, and regardless of whether you are staying value or moderate or deluxe, there are amazing things absolutely everywhere. So let's start with kind of the obvious. Let's start with pools, right? You guys want to talk about like some of your favorite pools on property and like things to do?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, who wants to start?
Well, every resort has multiple pools. So it's not like you have one main pool that everybody's going to be at, and then, you can't get in because there's whatever. Every resort has at least 2 or 3 pools. Some of them have more than that. You've got Art of Animation, which is next to Pop, and they've got the largest pool on property, the Nemo pool. You go underwater, you can hear the voices and the songs and such. But, they have a quiet pool, like the Cars pool is so a lot of resorts will have smaller pools as quiet pools and things. They'll have large pools with slides and stuff. So, and they're always heated to, I want to say, was it 82 degrees, I think. So even if it's cooler in the fall or in spring, all the pools are heated. Now, they will close them when it gets colder for that 3 days in Florida when it actually is really cold. But
like when it's freezing.
And people will ask me, hey, are the pools still open? They're still open in January if the weather's okay. And the pools feel great. It's just that run to the room that might be a little disturbing. But the pools are always heated and they're comfortable. And again, if you go to a pool, it's like, this is too crowded. There's another one right behind you to go to. It's fine.
I have actually seen the steam rising off of the pools, like in the evening, if it's a cooler day, like at the Grand Floridian, and the adults sitting there in like robes and the kids.
Right. All those people are from Canada, England,
right? Northeast,
highly north.
Yep.
You're not touching the Floridians.
Not bothered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. No, but great point. There are different pools. Ladies, do you guys have a favorite pool at Disney?
Go ahead, Emily.
I do.
Yeah.
So my favorite pool is Beach Club. Is Stormalong Bay at Beach Club Yacht Club. It's huge. There's a lazy river. There is a sand area for littles and for bigs, but it's walkable for small children. They can walk across. There's sand pills, sand toys. They can play for hours. There's a wonderful bar called Hurricane Hannah's, whatever. And it's really fun. It's right there on the boardwalk. So you go back and forth from Epcot, midday, pool. You want to stay the rest of the night? Grab some pizza on the boardwalk. Watch the fireworks. You can see Epcot fireworks. You can see Hollywood Studios fireworks. It is we used to do it before I moved up here. We did it every single summer for a vacation. That's my favorite for just in general. My other favorite play area for children is Polynesian. Their kids area is bonkers. It is so great.
Yeah.
And also, that's another great place to watch Magic Kingdom fireworks. Just you come back from the park, you're exhausted, you're hot, you're tired. You put on those swimsuits, you relax, your kids swim, and then grab a Dole Whip and watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks from the beach.
Absolutely.
It doesn't get any better than that. It really doesn't.
For sure. And as we just saw, Meredith says, sand bottom pools make the rock and world go around, which is basically correct. Jamie, you're right. Jamie, what's your favorite on property?
So I do also love the Yacht and Beach pool. I would say, so for us, water slides are a huge thing. Not for me, but for my children. I am not a water slide fan, but so we're usually at either Saratoga Springs or Old Key West, and they have great pool options. And Saratoga, even as David mentioned, because there are multiple pools at each property, if the large main theme pool is a little crowded, there are other options, and one of the other options has an awesome water slide. So we'll often go, I forget the name of it, but
I'm trying to think right now.
I know.
Is it the paddock?
Yes, the paddock.
It's a paddock pool.
Right. Yep. So we'll often go there. But I will say my favorite area is the boardwalk. And now that they've changed the theming of the pool from the scary clown to Mickey and Minnie,
clown.
I will say I do like that pool as well. So
I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Who's like, you know what would be a great thing to put in a pool? A clown.
For children.
Yeah, and that's the guy you fire. You don't do his idea. You say, you know what? No, you're out. You're out.
That's correct. Like
you're on a list somewhere. Get out of here.
Who approved that? Like, seriously. That was
they all float down here. No.
Oh, yeah. So it's much better now.
Yeah.
I have to, I'm going to throw out, though, I think one of the most underrated pools is Wilderness Lodge.
Yes.
It is a pretty
love that one.
It's so pretty. Yeah.
There's a great kids play area, splash area there also. And also great slide.
Absolutely. And Meredith is correct. Boardwalk Deli is so good. Great allergy friendly options.
Wrong topic, Meredith.
And at some point, there's going to be a bake shop that opens. There's going to be a cake store that opens. But in the meantime, the bake shop on the boardwalk is delicious. The ice cream is amazing. Get your
French Quarter also has an alligator slide, which is awesome.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Large slide. And I have not seen every pool at every resort, but am I correct in saying that there's a splash pad for younger children at pretty much every resort, at least one?
Yes.
Moderates and deluxes.
Okay.
I don't
know
the
values have them too. I think Pop
do they now have? Okay,
yeah,
Pop
has one.
Okay.
I think the All-Stars, I'm guessing the All-Stars probably do. I can't say that for certain, but contact your local travel agent. We'll tell you for sure.
We could research that one,
yeah,
but
we'll
no, they didn't all used to, but now they've been adding the splash areas for the kids.
In Art of Animation, right next to the Big Blue Pool, there is a really super fun turtle and squirt playground right behind there. Cute. So when I'm doing a delivery for the other side hustle, that my kids have to insist on playing on that, no matter how late it is, no matter what's going on. The theming is just so bright and colorful, and it's just so much fun. It's so much fun for kids.
Well, I think if we're talking about like the splash areas, we have to talk about the Mad Hatter one at Grand Flow.
Yes.
With the ginormous like top hat that just dumps water on kids, and they're like, I watched this.
Yeah,
she's waiting for it, and she just like
we can't pass on the monorail without my kids like, please.
I want to go play on this.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It matters where you stay, and that's just the pools.
That's just the pools, but there is so much more because at the feature pools during the day. Anyone want to talk about what goes on?
Limbo and chess and checkers, games, party games, and drinking because there are bars.
Yeah.
That's true. But they'll do like for prizes, they might do trivia around the pool.
Yes.
They will do all sorts of things, games for the littles. Oh my gosh, it's just like now, if you want a quiet pool, you have to go to one of the quiet pools. The
Right.
feature
Right.
pools are the
Right.
ones
Right.
that are gonna have all of the activities. So if you're looking to take a nap in the middle of the day at the pool, that's not the place to go.
Yeah. True.
Yeah,
But it
Emily.
does for those kids that still, when you're traveling with children and they still have more energy and you have less than a lot of energy. It's Disney cast members are just so great at keeping things moving and they do a great job of keeping everybody safe. Like I've never had to worry once, not once.
Right.
Yeah.
And you brought up a good point, Jen, because about the pool views and stuff. And this is important too. Whenever the audience is looking for places to stay, and you're talking to your travel agent, and they give you options, there is a difference in standard and preferred, obviously, but a lot of them will have pool view or poolside rooms or whatever. And for families, that might be great because the pool's right there. For older people, or people who are like, what, I have small children who need naps during the day. Maybe pool view is not the answer because it can get loud during the day or in the early evening because people are out there by the pool. So make sure you pay attention to the differences in the rooms. And again, your wonderful favorite travel agent will help you out with that. Pick us. So yeah.
Yeah. That's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well as some of the locations, there are like arts and crafts sort of situations. Like I know specifically the Disney Vacation Club locations. Have your kids ever taken part in that? We don't have kids, so yeah.
Illegally, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're on a different resort almost every single day. And so bless the amazing cast members when they're like, do you want to come in and color? And my kids are like, yeah. And I'm like, we're not staying here. Color the sheets, but like everybody else goes first. So but they have wonderful, like at Old Key West, love the Old Key West. It's located right next to the pool, right next to the restaurant, next to Olivia's. Next to the main area. And they can do ceramics, tie-dye, color. They have these wonderful, I'm always in awe of the activities, like little carts that they just stack up and bring everywhere. And they're so organized, but they have bins, file drawers of different themes, different characters.
Yeah.
And so whatever character you want, whatever, you just pull it out and sit there and you can color for hours. It's always inside. There's always lots of art stuff. And it is, I highly recommend it. I know a lot of people, when they look at the price tag and the difference of, what you're going to get, and they just look at the dollar amount. I get that. I definitely get that. But I also have the experience of what the resorts offer. And I cannot recommend enough. Drop one of your park days. Stay at the resort all day.
Yeah.
And it's 100% worth it.
Or go resort hopping.
Oh,
resorts.
Yeah.
Well, and I have clients that will ask me about it, like, should I do 4 days or 5 days? And the price in tickets is not that much from 4 to 5. Once you go from 4 to 5, you start, I don't say saving money, but the ticket prices don't go up very much for your family. And I've told families, do 4 days at the parks, do 4 full days if you can. Maybe take a day in the middle, do a 5th day, but don't go to the park until afternoon. Sleep in, enjoy the pool, have lunch, have breakfast at the resort, walk around, just let your kids rest and everything, and then hit the parks for the next 2 days and full throttle until you're done. But take that midday in the middle and just kind of relax and recharge. 2 crazy days, let the kids get up whenever they want to get up and like I said, go hit the pool, like do some activities. And I've got some families that, like, Fort Wilderness cabins is an entirely different discussion because there's so much to do there.
Yeah.
And I've got a family that every year they go, and they're a special needs family. Every year they go for 8 days. They only go to the park for 3 of them. The other 5 days are spent horseback riding, archery, at the pools, doing transportation, just hanging out at the cabins and just having a good time there. I mean, it's like a home away from home, basically.
Absolutely. That's a great point because and you don't have to be staying at Fort Wilderness to take advantage of some of those things.
Right.
You can
Right.
schedule the horseback riding.
Yes.
You just have to.
I've done the archery, and you can just go over there and do it. And so
you just have to make arrangements to get there and book it out a little bit. But all that to say, there is so much to do. And then sometimes I know last time I was at the Contemporary, they had a little billboard up. You could go paint a ceramic castle. You can go paint now. There's a slight cost associated with it, but you have this little keepsake, right? That you made yourself. It's so much fun taking advantage. And there is a billboard at every billboard. That sounds like really huge. Like a poster board. There's a sign somewhere in the lobby that will talk about what activities are happening at the resort itself during the day for you to take advantage of. And not for nothing, at night there is movies under the stars.
Yes.
You guys ever done those?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never done them because my kid wouldn't sit for it, but I've seen them all the time. We walk by them all the time. And a lot of times we'll walk behind the screen as you're walking past trying to guess which movie it is or whatever. And I've seen everything from the Mighty Ducks and Remember the Titans to the classic Disney films to just the new stuff. And so, they show a lot of different films on there. And this past trip, I've seen at least 4 different resorts that have s'mores setups.
Yes.
And there, like 4. I can't speak to every single one of the resorts, but a lot of them have s'mores at certain times of the day, and all the cast members will come out with the crackers and the marshmallows and the sticks, and just everybody just come up and you make s'mores. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
I know the Contemporary does it.
I've seen the Boardwalk, Yacht and Beach Club have done it. Art of Animation had that. Pop Century had that, and French Quarter had that as well. So
okay. And Jessica chimed in and said Boardwalk was doing them on Saturday night. So fantastic. Yeah. That is fun.
Yeah. Whenever I walk by, it's like, you're at a resort, you're at a Disney resort, but it's times like that where it just, I don't know, it warms my heart to walk by and it's the end of an evening and see all the families gathered on the lawn and watching whatever Disney movie it is. It's like, that's why we're all here. Like that to me, I don't know. It makes me emotional to see everybody enjoying, because you hear all the songs, you hear all the dialogue as you're walking by and you see everything. And it's just, I don't know, it's a really, really sweet way to enjoy your family and just kind of pause for a minute.
Yeah. And you don't even have to actually, I mean, you can sit and watch the movie, of course, but there's so much to do around that you can grab a Dole Whip at the Poly and go right on the ground there and catch the movie. Or at the Grand, they have the big life-size chessboard. And we've done that where they
have a lot of those different resorts. I've seen all those at resorts too.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can partake in the movie while it's going on, but kind of do the other activities around as well.
Yeah. And there was at Riviera, they have a ginormous Connect 4 board.
Yes, I've seen that too. That's awesome.
Which is so neat.
Yeah.
They're fun.
I think we go to, like I said, we go to resorts so often that my kids will always say, do we have time to explore? And so I would say, okay, I'll make sure we get to go in a time where there's time to explore. And they will we spent 20 minutes the other day at Saratoga just watching a squirrel eat an acorn. And then my child gathering acorns for the squirrel and kind of tossing them. Squirrels have a short-term memory. They forget where they bury things. So she knows that. So she helps. But anyway, I digress. But there's so much to do to just let them explore. Like Disney is all about creativity and enjoying the creativity of others. But then if you let your family just sit and enjoy and walk around and find there is literally something to see around every single corner.
Right.
And let them touch, let them play, let them. So
and ask the cast members, because Wilderness Lodge, there's a hidden Mickey hunt in that lobby. And what was the other one on our race weekend? Was it Coronado or Riviera? There's another hidden Mickey or something hunt, that one of those two.
Well, at Polynesian, I don't know about those, but at Polynesian, we were there one day and there was a wonderful older gentleman cast member who could not wait to give a tour to my girls and I about all the ones that you may not have seen. And
That's
Oh.
awesome.
I filmed some of it and I took pictures of him because I just know, I mean, he was so enthusiastic and so excited to show them. And it's just, I don't know. It's very unique.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not,
Mhm.
you just don't get it anywhere else.
Well, and it's what's great too is that you don't have to be staying at a resort to visit a resort.
Mhm.
You
Correct.
can visit like Jamie said, park hopping. And what I encourage, a lot of my clients to do as well is, a Magic Kingdom. It's busy, it's the afternoon, your kids are
Yeah.
grumpy, you're tired, you need some time. Let's
Mhm.
take 2 hours. Go hop the monorail.
Yeah.
Get off and walk around
Mhm.
Contemporary. Some of my favorite gift shops are there. Walk around, see the
Yes.
monorail,
Mhm.
then go to the
Mhm.
Polynesian, then hit the Grand Floridian. Take 2 hours and just tour the
Yeah.
resorts there. Or at Boardwalk, leave Epcot, take the boat, or just walk down to the
Mm.
resorts there. That whole area there, especially in the evening time, is just like rife with activity
Love
and things going on.
it.
Or at Hollywood or Epcot,
Tradition down there at Boardwalk
yeah, or
at
grab
night.
the Skyliner. Grab the
Mhm.
Skyliner and just take the Skyliner back and forth and kill an hour just to get away from everything and just enjoy like
Mhm.
a little bit of quiet, a little bit of peace and whatever. Because my
Mhm.
kid, he loves the parks. He'd be there all day, but sometimes he gets a little crazy.
Sure.
We hit the
Mhm.
Skyliner, we come back an hour later, he's like, "Let's go. I'm good. I'm good."
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so, you
Right.
can always just get off at any of the resorts. And like me, who stays at Pop a lot of times, you look at Grand Floridian and go, "Oh, so this must be what it's like." Wow. So this is where Jen lives. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my
And
girls know, David, that you love
Mhm.
Pop Century so much. First of all, they
Mhm.
call it Lollipop Century, but they also call it David's Resort.
That's funny. Well,
That's
the reason I love
so
Pop
sweet.
is because it's a value, so it's not expensive,
Yeah.
and it's got the Skyliner, and I love the
Mhm.
Skyliner, and those are the
Right.
two main reasons there. And I'm sure we'll get to this. We're leading into it or whatever, but the dining is actually pretty good too there. I mean,
Yes.
That's a
sometimes
solid
food
dining option.
courts, the All-Star food courts, are not known for their dining. Let me
Hey,
just
I
say
used
that.
to work at one of
Um,
those all-star food
Yeah,
courts.
and so there is a hidden menu at All-Star Movies that I know, like a little suitcase or whatever with a
Yeah.
menu on it, but Pop is, and especially with Art of Animation, Landscape of Flavors is fantastic. It's like I
Abs
feel like they put time into their food court. It's
It's my
really
favorite.
good, and so it's good stuff. It really
Yeah.
is.
And Meredith had just chimed in about Animal
Mhm.
Kingdom, and it has
Yes.
great dining, which is absolutely and with animal viewing, and that is true.
Yes.
There is
Mhm.
so much you can go around learn about the animals
Yeah.
in Animal Kingdom, and
Right.
you can go see that if you just visit the lodge. It's
Right.
Mhm.
and there's like games in
Mhm.
certain rooms. There is a ton to explore at that.
Right.
Yes.
And they have a nice pool too at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
true.
It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, and I think what Meredith was saying about dining, that's the other huge draw to stay there. Because if you stay
Yeah.
at a deluxe, you have your quick service,
Mhm.
you have
Mhm.
your sit downs,
Mhm.
and you also have character meals.
Yeah.
So it's all right there.
Yeah.
And again, just if you're not staying there, that doesn't mean you can't go. You know,
Right.
you can be
Right.
booked at
Right.
Lollipop Century and stay and go to Ohana at Polynesian, no problem. So take advantage of being,
Yeah.
especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Mhm.
absolutely agree. And I will also say, if you want to say like at a moderate, I love Grand Destino Tower at
Mhm.
Coronado. I think it's beautiful. And they have a great steakhouse at the top.
Mhm.
So if you want something
Yes,
that's a
they
little
do.
bit more elevated,
Right.
why did I just blank on the name? Starts with a
Toledo?
T.
Toledo.
Toledo. Thank you.
Toledo.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Toledo
Mhm.
Steakhouse. Wonderful. Just up there. And then it's right next to a lounge where you can see fireworks.
Mhm.
It's the Dahlia Lounge. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, don't miss out on that. And then I know at Riverside, they have boat rides.
They do, and
If I
which is
recall, which
for
is
a
good.
long time, it got crap as being
It
not a
did.
very good restaurant. We went maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and they had just refurbished the menu, and it was actually very good. And it's one of those restaurants people don't think about. So
Right.
we were able to get in with our family of 4 in like 5. It was raining all day. We were soaked. We wanted somewhere to eat, and they got us in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they were very allergy friendly, which was really important to
Oh,
us.
that's
They
nice.
like without even a heads up, they
Right.
like got everything we needed within 10 minutes for our kid. So it worked
That's
out really
great.
well. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoy
Yeah.
boat rides.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. There are some great restaurants.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then go to boat rides, have a delicious meal, and then take the horse and carriage ride around the resort,
Yep.
Great
which
point.
you can also do at Wilderness.
Which you can also do at Wilderness. The horse and carriage rides, that is so neat. That's
Mhm.
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, and at Boardwalk, I don't know if you know this, Emily, you can do a Surrey bike as well. You can actually pay, and like up to 5 people can get on the bike and ride the bike around, which, speaking from experience, is a lot harder than you think it is.
We might have pictures.
It is so much harder than you think it's going to be. So much harder. You think it's going to be.
Meredith was on that Surrey bike.
Meredith was also on that. She and Cliff came to blows.
Yes, Cliff, Meredith, myself, Emily, Kyla. The 5 of us. And Cliff is like a Wookiee. He's like 8 feet tall and 145 pounds just in his left arm. And we're at some point in time, a guest literally yelled at us and said, "Hey, you want some help?" And they tried to push us up the hill, yelling at us, "Are you guys even pedaling?" We were like, "Yes, we're pedaling." It was
pedaling and singing jingle bells.
And the cast member laughed at us when we returned the bike. He was like, "Yep." And he's like, "I see this all the time."
We all went up to the boardwalk and laid down.
Yeah, it was.
So that's not a relaxation tip.
No. It's a fun experience, but it's a lot. You need Susan and Jessica and Jamie to be pedaling. Like,
I don't know that a Surrey bike is. I don't know that a Surrey bike is made for 5 fully grown adults.
Yeah.
And I feel like the attendant maybe knew that.
Right.
That's why he laughed at us whenever we were signing off, because I was like, "How long do you keep it?" Well, you get it for 30 minutes, and he said,
"Yes."
He was like, it was like 11:15, so we had it till midnight. But he was like, keep it till midnight, keep it extra time, because he smiled at me and basically like, "You're not going to keep it 30 minutes, I guarantee you."
Yeah,
kind of his mentality of like, you're coming back pretty soon.
But let me tell you, at Saratoga, because Brady and I did a double Surrey bike at Saratoga, different experience. There's not that crazy hill, so that one was relaxing.
You don't think about that hill till you're on a bike with 4 other adults trying to pedal up, yelling at each other.
And Brady and I saw you guys because we walked out from wherever we were.
We were the saddest bunch of people ever.
Oh
my gosh, it was so funny. We were like, wait, didn't I jump on the front?
You did. You guys jumped on the front, which didn't make any difference. We were already struggling and dying. It didn't matter. It was a straightaway though, so it helped.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
but there are actual bike rentals too. We should throw out. There's actual bike rentals. I know at Wilderness Lodge, probably Fort Wilderness. But yeah, sometimes you can just rent actual bikes.
Right. And another point too, to bring it back from the Surrey bike. And this is like, I know we've talked a lot about families and kids and things to do like that, but for the adults, especially the Disney fans, if you walk around any resort, pick a resort and walk around it, the theming that resort and some of the stuff they put in there is amazing. Like Pop Century, we laugh at Pop Century. There's a giant Mickey phone there. They have a huge foosball there. They have, like, you can't play it because it's massive. But they've got all the decor, and like even the stairwells are like 8-track tapes and things like cell phones and things. Go to All Star Sports and you've got massive tennis cans you can walk in and just, and it sounds silly, but it's like some of the theming is remarkable about what they do, all the way up to Grand Floridian, and some of the detail they have there and some of the incredible artwork and some of the incredible pieces. And just, they did not just put together a Motel 6 and be like, all right, make it look nice and clean. It's a Hampton Inn. I mean, they really themed it out to every resort. Every resort is different, and you can walk around and get some of the most incredible pictures, see some sights. Even just the buildings themselves are fantastic in the way they're done. So
absolutely.
If you walk around, like one of our favorite places to go, especially at Christmas, at the holidays, the Railroad Room at the Wilderness Lodge, like on the, I think it's Boulder Ridge side. That is one of our favorite places because it's quiet. Not many people. I mean, I think people know about it, but it feels like not many people know about it when you're there.
Right.
And it has a fireplace, and at the holidays it's decorated so nice. But there's, history in there with Walt's love for railroad and trains, and there's model trains, and there's games in there for the kids, checkers and different things like that. So unless you either know to look for it or just walk around, you can stumble upon a lot of different places like that.
Well, and at Riviera, there's so many amazing, cool pictures of Walt throughout his life, which is just, I take pictures every single time I'm there. I just love it. And if you go down to the quick service down below, there's walls filled with personal photos, and that's super fun. And, you know, all the artwork at Riviera, there's a kiosk.
Yeah.
And you can buy the artwork from the resort. And what they have is really amazing fine art impressions of some really fun movies. So they're beautiful. They're beautiful pieces to have in your home. Amazing souvenirs, and you can have them sent to your house. It's a really wonderful feature.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, in Riviera too, you walk through there and you see the mosaic, the mural. They've got the Rapunzel, everything, just some of the artwork that's there with like the lights. And there's is it Beauty and the Beast, or there's another story being told on the other side of the mural.
Peter Pan and Rapunzel.
Peter Pan, that's what it is.
Peter Pan and Rapunzel. Yeah.
How amazing that is, and because there's so many things to see if you just look around. And we're not a family that does a lot of resort stuff. We go to the parks a lot. Basically, for their 6 days, we're at the parks 6 days. But I don't mind walking. Sometimes at late at night, if everybody's gone to bed, I'll take 30 minutes and walk out real quick and go walk around the resort, take pictures at night. And just sometimes the nighttime is a different experience than the daytime, even at the resorts.
No, that's absolutely true. Like last time we were at Riviera, just sat out on the balcony, and we were with some people who don't go a lot. And we saw, just in the span of 45 minutes, we saw the fireworks go off for Fantasmic, which, I mean, it's not like there's like a ton of fireworks, but you see the pyro that goes off. And then we saw Epcot. I always say, I want to say Illuminations. It's not Illuminations.
Harmonious.
Harmonious. No, Luminous.
Oh, Luminous. That's it. Luminous. Yes.
Luminous.
Tapestry of Luminous, Reflections of Nations, or something. So
that's it, right. We saw Luminous go off, and then we saw Happily Ever After go off in the Magic Kingdom, so you could see all of that from a distance.
Yeah, you can see a lot of stuff like that from the resort. Amazing. I think Caribbean Beach is a place you can see some of the fireworks. I want to say it's that island in the middle, I believe. Even at Caribbean Beach, which is a huge resort, by the way.
Yeah, it is, and that island in the middle is super cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, as you can see, we are very passionate about Disney resorts, and there is a lot to do. So, we think that you would enjoy doing that as well. So, in any case, thanks for joining us today. Let's go around and say where they can find all of you. So let's start, David.
Yes.
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram at the Magic on $1. And of course, I am the co-host with the lovely Jen here with the Main Street Electrical podcast, which comes out every Thursday. And tomorrow's episode, we feature Dr. Disneyland Jeffrey Barnes, which is really exciting. Yes. A lot of Disneyland history.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. And then you can also give him an email.
That's right.
All right. Emily, how about you?
You can find me on Facebook at Upon a Star Travel Emily, and at Insta at Upon a Star Emily. Right. And also Emily at uponastartravel.com.
Nice and easy.
Dancing a
All
theme.
Right. Yeah, see a theme. Yeah, Jamie.
You can find me at Journey with Jazo on Instagram, Upon a Star Travel with Jamie on Facebook, and Jamie at uponastartravel.com.
Yeah, follow us at Upon a Star Travel everywhere. And of course, uponastartravel.com, where you can find all of the things. You can find me at Upon a Star Jen if you want to follow our travels here, or my upcoming travels. But hey, guys, thanks so much for joining, talking some Disney resorts with us. Thanks to our audience for watching and listening. And it was so good to chat with a lot of you. But remember, there's a whole new world of travel to explore, and we will see you real soon. Bye, guys.